Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we come together and put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as possible. Now, this is a personal challenge, so whether you decide to draw heads, torsos, full bodies, action shots, doesn't matter, and neither does the materials. Whether you draw with pencil, pen, marker, crayon, paint, does not matter. It is completely up to you as long as you challenge yourself just a little bit so that you can progress and level up in your artistic career. Now, the one thing that we do together is the character that we draw in these 10 minutes, and we are going to continue with our Black History movement as far as the superheroes go, and we are going to be drawing Spawn today. Now, Spawn is everywhere, so reference material is in abundance, so if you do not already have it, please go ahead and push the pause button, grab your materials and your reference, and when you are ready, come on back and we'll get started. All right, well, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Spawn. I think Spawn is now officially the longest running comic book series, period. I think that's what's happening. If memory serves me right. I mean, they've got a lot of episodes. That's you know what I mean. It's like there's a lot there. Okay, so this comes down, and then okay, there we go. So, but I remember getting Spawn in Germany, and it was one of the ones that happened. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of the comics that actually made its way to Germany, which was really cool. And Spawn was it was so interesting and so different, and so I really did enjoy Spawn. But eventually I was just like, man, this is still going. Right? And it's like, what is happening with this story? And then he's like, oh well, he became the devil, and then it was an interesting story. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, I can't even be like, oh, it was so so anything beyond what, that was a really cool story, and it's still going. So clearly, right? It's not like, oh well, that's not the case. It's clearly still cool. So so I don't remember how he drew his, because those look like whatchamacallit, Punisher, and we're not doing Punisher. Okay, Punisher. It was like, we're not doing Punisher chains. I mean skulls, right? That's not what we're doing. Not Punisher. Next here, and then from there he's got, so this is where I know I'm falling short on time, right? Because right now it's just like, oh, and then he's got this, and so really trying to not take forever when it comes to that. But as you can tell, Spawn was evil. Okay, I'm struggling a little bit, especially since I don't really draw. Once again, a lot of these characters, I'm just not drawing a lot of characters. That is what I'm coming to find out. It's like, oh, I stuck to, I won't be able to say that with X-Men, but like, oh man, I didn't draw the, yeah, I did. Yeah, you did. You draw a lot of X-Men. It's like, yeah, I did. So at least when it comes to X-Men time, I won't be able to be like, oh, I have no idea what I'm drawing. But, and then he's got this M right here. Right, so we gotta remember to put that there. That's important. Okay, now let's just trying once again, quickly to, there we go. I mean, he's mostly black and there's really no reason to do anything else. So We're not necessarily moving along too quickly, right? Probably. I don't know if I want to, if I really want to bring in highlights or just make it all black, because I think that in some spots it really works. Like on his face, having it all black heightens the extra piece that's there. But then when we go further, it's like, well, yeah, but do you do that with the entire figure? Because I know in like animation, that's the easy part, right? You just make everything nice and black and you're done. But right, is that what we want to do here? Oh no. But I know for the head at least, I'm not gonna try and come in and be like, oh, let's try and make this interesting by not filling in his head. And like, no, we're gonna fill in the head. But I do believe that we're gonna come in and kind of give it more shape, right? So that way we can put a little bit of shadow in there. Oops. So okay, so back to Spawn, man. Spawn is just, I mean, I really enjoy Spawn because of all the toys. Like, not even gonna lie, all the toys. The toys are just, they were, McFarlane came in with, he was like, I'm going to make the best toys. And that was it. Like, right, no prisoners, no nothing. It was like, this is what I'm gonna do. You can either get on board or go away. And he did what he wanted, and it was just like, I just want to be the best. And so he made these awesome toys, and they're just so cool, so articulated and so just fun and creative. And it's like, man, I want to do something with that. And then his constant creation of new characters and stuff like that, like what is it? The Gunslinger Spawn, I think is a really cool idea. I like that it went through time, which is weird, right? But then again, when you think about it, because it's like the war between heaven and hell and stuff like that, that it would go on for a while. And so it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. So it was a smart idea, because you can then make pretty much whatever characters you wanted to, because it's like, oh, well, it's gonna spawn all through time. So why wouldn't you have a ninja? Why wouldn't you have a gunslinger? Why wouldn't you have? And so it's really cool that they were able to have that. All right, 2 minutes. So far behind. Very far behind with Spawn. Hopefully we can make something work though. Alright, let's see. Green, because of his eyeballs. Right? Another weird green glow in his eye. One done. Hard parts. Well, the thing about this is that I don't think we have a lot of space to kind of do the thing that I would normally do, so we're just going to color all that in. But then here we'll be able to do it. Not there. Cover that one. This will come in. We'll cover this. I guess we got to cover this all the way now. This will come in like so. Okay. Red. quick. And see, this is what I'm talking about. When you have your materials that are actually working, right, and they have ink and stuff like that, you can really just move really quickly and freely through the things that you need to do. And one of the best that I've found, as I've mentioned before, when it comes to just the flow of how things work, is definitely Olo markers, right? It flows nicely. Right? Always a constant ink flow. Once again, if you haven't, I highly recommend you checking out Olo markers. I know that I'm not anywhere remotely close. Yeah, time's almost up. Yep, there it is. All right. So just coming in to kind of finish that, because as I've mentioned before, sometimes, you know, I'll get started and it's like, well, you can't stop markers, otherwise it's gonna look bad. But all right, so not necessarily close, but I tried. I don't know what it was, but Spawn broke me. But it, like I said, it happens. So I hope that you guys did better than I did, and you were able to finish, and I would love to see what you did. So if you are not already part of the Discord, please join us on my Discord channel. The link is in the description below, and just show us what you're doing, because I would love to see how well you are doing in these challenges. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified every single time I drop new content. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you at the next episode.